Hey guys, it's Astrian from the Lost Zone, and here we have
Zack, Klemmer.
And what did you do?
Top 8 at the Fargo, North Dakota Regionals.
Nice, nice. Any shout-outs you want to give beforehand?
Shout outs to the Lost Zone,
Nice.
Terrence, the team, Unox boys. Not many of us went, but it was fun. Big shout out to Zohair, also part of the team. He set me on this style of Sword Soul list. I was, before he actually gave me the idea, I was going to play Neutrino Runic. And there was 2 other players there that was playing the same deck, and they all got bodied by Cash.
Yeah, Alrighty, yeah, well, let's just get right into it.
Alright, so played Superheavy Samurai. So we have some very standardized ratios here. So 3 bike, 3 Wakaushi, 3 wagon, and 3 soul pierce. These are all super standard. These are all your starters. This is the obvious worst one. It's literally almost impossible to win if this card gets trolled because you can only search, you know, soul monsters. And at that point, if you didn't open the scale, you're kind of boned. Then 2 Benki to go with that. You need it for the combo. You need it for the engine requirements for everything. Just gotta have it. All right, and then the one-ohs. So these are all just your obligatory combo pieces. Scale gets, you know, your card out of the graveyard to make your link. You equip this to Scarecrow to pop it and get your combo started. Then these are just your extenders. This card lost me my final match. I drew 5 hand traps, and then my draw for turn was this. It sucks. I think personally, I think it's the worst of the extenders. Moving forward, I think I'm going to try to run more of this. The level 4 is super important. So that is all the super heavy samurai cards. And then we have the 1 non-engine card, the Regulus. The card's insane. I'm going to probably bump it up to 2 at some point when I find room. Anytime I open this card, it just won me the game. And then we're in the hand traps. This is all kind of standard. There's some flexibility here, but we have some standard stuff. The 3 Ash, 3 Droll, the Gamma package, and then my personal tech choice. Well, I guess, so this is technically standard too, the Ghost Ogre. This is all standard. My personal tech, Ghost Mourner. Some people aren't playing this. Some people are just cutting this hand trap slot in general to play more random stuff. I'm also not running the box cards with like Ballista. I think that card raises the ceiling, but doesn't really fix any of the problems with the deck. So I decided not to run it. And then just these. This card is terrible into cash, which this deck already kind of struggles with. So we decided to play more of the one that you could play under a Rise Heart and Shifter. So that was the argument there. Yeah. And then Nib obviously is just good against Rogue. It's just a solid hand trap.
Nice. 40 in the main?
40 in the main.
Nice.
Standard ratio for that. Alright, and then we'll do the links. Alright, so we have the 2 Scarecrow. This is your standard link 1. Card's insane. I should find room for a 3rd. Don't know how I'm going to, but it's just an insane card. Genius. This is part of your combo. Use it to search Regulus, or in the side deck, I'm siding the Jizukiru, so you can search that later down the line. Lambda. This is for an end board combo with this version of the deck that ends on a couple of pretty crazy interactions that I'll get to here in a bit. Your standard Exceed lineup of Medusa, Merrymaker, Sargus, Zeus. These cards overperformed insanely. Any 2 level 4 being able to just immediately search Regulus and then move into Zeus that activates twice is unbelievable. This is all pretty standard except for the Lambda. Alright, now we get the 2 standardized cards, the Excel Synchron and the Baron. No need explanation needed here. And then I ran Saratobi. It didn't come up too much, but the times that it did, it worked out. Alright. Omega. Some lists are playing this, not for the combo. Some people are just making it as a generic, you know, level 8. That's decent. Rips cards out of the hand. But we're playing a Dispatter line. So the general thought process here is that if you open the standardized combo, and you don't get interrupted. And the most versions will do the Ancient Ballista combo, end on like Appaloosa and Regulus and all that stuff, like the standard board. However, the problem with that is that it just auto loses to Dark Ruler. And I didn't like the idea of losing game 1 just off the rip. So I talked to O'Hare and we decided to run a kind of a interesting version. There was some testing with this and some circles that we had, but the idea is that you just use Stealthy and Motorbike on the Pendulum summon to summon this. It's just a generic level 3 that reborns itself, which is interesting. But then we decided, well, can we do anything with that? And so we ended up making Meteor Burst. Now, when Meteor Burst is summoned, it summons to Akaushi. And then you can use Samsara, in your standard lines, you put back the Excel Synchro and special summons it from the grave. And then you can use these two to make Dispatter. And then this gets banished. This is very important. This card gets banished, which makes Dispatter good. And then you summon Dispatter. And then, so you have Omega Dispatter at the end of the combo, because you use the Wakaushi and the extra extender that you search down your line to make Omega. So you hand loop them twice. And so you effectively, if you go full combo, and like this, you can make this combo off one hand trap. Like if they open one hand trap, they hand trap you. As long as it's not like Shifter or Droll, you can make the whole combo, and you end on this. And so they are playing with 3 cards out of their hand at the start of their turn. And at that point, if they Dark Ruler you, and chances are you're still probably making that win. This card also just is really good because you can shuffle back in the Omega after you've used it, and they don't get the cards back. So that's really cool. My teammate that was also pretty much on card for card the same list. Bless his soul, O'Hare. He didn't do too well with the regional, but he never made the combo like ever, and I seemed to make it every other game. So
nice.
It was a really cool combo. I was on board with it the minute I saw it. I love Dispatter as a card, so. But yeah, that was the Synchro Pile version of the deck that we were trying. Side deck, this is also pretty standard. This is your out to back row decks, Rainbow Magician, Random Floodgates. This is the anti-Burly stuff. Being able to hit Delicious with this and stopping them from doing things for a little while is really nice. This card's just insane against that deck. Runic, it's good against Runic too. If you do this and they don't open Flashing Fire, they get almost no advantage off Fountain, which is nice. This is also just good against like the Mirror occasionally. You can side it in, and when they go for the Scarecrow line, if you crow the target, sometimes they just can't do anything with it. Good against Despia too, if you hit random cards in certain spots. But mostly just for Pearly and the Mirror. And then we have Kaijus. So I wanted this to be extra copies of this. However, there were some lines where I would summon this guy here, and sometimes he's just too big to get over, which came up a couple of times in testing. So I just decided to do this searchable one, and then one that just kind of happened occasionally. The card that when I did see it was absolutely insane, Kurikara. This card's insane. Good old days when that card was $5.
Yeah.
Bad times. So, and then we ran 2 extra deck monsters in the side. The theory behind this is that every game that you don't go first after the first game, you're siding out the Meteor Burst and the Samsara, because you're never doing this in going second. There's no point. There's literally no reason to do it. So we wanted cards that could break boards, and then cards that could just kill you to take those spots. Never made them, ever, literally ever. But because the deck just doesn't have a problem OTKing you if it gets to that point anyway. But
Yeah.
that was it.
In theory. So.
The deck is crazy when it goes off, but so that was a fun time. I hadn't been to a Fargo regional in quite a while, so.
Alright. Well, beautiful.
One more shout out here at the end, my man Ashreen behind the camera.
Yeah,
Thank you for helping me out.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yep, later.
All right, thanks. Bye.